They speak English. Англійська, мова Шекспіра та нью-йоркських таксистів. Англійська, стане у нагоді вам, boys і дівчиська.
Hello everybody and welcome to an English lesson. My name is Anna. Today we're going to continue talking about youth lifestyles. And this is the part 2 of our gerund, that's the grammar that we started learning last time. Okay, let's move to the tasks from the very beginning. Now we're going to take a look at the words and the pictures that actually depict the lifestyles of different people. Of course, teenagers have these lifestyles as well. So let's take a look at the names of these lifestyles. Sports fan, workaholic, couch potato, bookworm, homebody, talkaholic, spendthrift. Do you have any ideas how these words can be used in the sentences and what they mean? Before we get to the meanings, let's take a look at the pictures and let's try matching the words with the illustrations. So, the first picture, we can see a boy laying on a sofa, doing something, or actually not doing something, right? So he might be lazy, not doing much, not doing many things in his leisure time. So what do you think we could call such a person? What could be the word for him, or even a phrase? So he's on a couch, and we could call him a couch potato. So a couch potato stands for a lazy person. The next one, we can see a man sitting on a bench doing some work, so he's kind of hardworking as he's at his laptop doing some work, and he's probably working overtime, isn't he? How would you call this person? What would be the word for it? What do you call the person? It's a workaholic, the person who works too much. Okay, the next picture, here we can see a girl wearing not makeup. That's something else, right? So you can see the colors, the bright colors on her face, and probably she's a sports fan. She's trying to support her favorite sports team. Okay, do you think these are all the pictures that you're gonna match with the words? No, no word is left out. We're moving to the next pictures. Okay. 4 more pictures, 4 more words to match. Let's take a look at the first one. So here we can see a girl carrying some bags and probably she's been shopping, right? So if she likes shopping a lot and she spends too much money on it, we would call such a person a spendthrift. So this person usually wastes money on different things. Okay, what can we see in the next picture? There's probably a person staying at home, feeling very comfy, drinking tea or coffee in a mug. So there is a fireplace, and this person probably doesn't like going out too much, right? What do you call this person? It's a homebody, the person who likes staying at home. Another picture that we can see here is a man reading a book, and there are so many books around him. He's probably in a bookstore picking something new for him to read. If a person likes reading so much that they can't live without it, we would call this person a bookworm. And the last one. This person is talking on the phone. Let's assume she spends too much time online on her phone. This person will be called a talkaholic. So this person talks on the phone too much and spends too much time online using their phone. Okay, well done. Now we're going to match these words with their definitions. So we need to match the words and explanations. The words sports fan, bookworm, talkaholic, couch potato, homebody, workaholic, and spendthrift, you could see them in the previous pictures. Now, let's take a look at the definitions. So, the first definition, they prefer staying home to going out. B, their main interest is in buying clothes and dressing fashionably. C, they love playing or watching sports. D, they are addicted to mobile phones. E, They are very hard workers and often work overtime. F. They prefer watching TV to going out or getting exercise. And G. They love to read all the time. So, let's start with the first word to the left. Number 1, sports fan. Who is a sports fan? That's a person who loves sports, doing sports, playing it, or watching. So, we will need to match this word with definition C. They love playing or watching sports. Number 2, a bookworm. So that's something connected with the books, you remember? And that would be, right you are, G. They love to read all the time. Number 3, talkaholic. The person who's usually on the phone. So, what would be the definition? D. Addicted to mobile phones. Number 4, couch potato. Which definition do we match with this word? Of course, that's F. They prefer watching TV to going out or getting exercise. They're kind of lazy people, right? Number 5, homebody. These people prefer staying home to going out, and that's A. Number 6, workaholic. A workaholic usually works so much and they spend so much time working, they do overtime, and so on. So that would be E. They are very hard workers and they often work overtime. The next word, and the last one here, is a spendthrift. So who can we call a spendthrift? So it would be a person who usually spends too much money on dressing fashionably and buying many new clothes. So that's definition B. Good job, well done. Now you know these words and how they are used and what they mean. So now let's get to the next part. Let's go to the next exercise. Our task is to complete the sentences with the words. 2 words from the line are odd. So take a look at the words. And now we're going to match them to the sentences according to their context. So, 2 words are odd. It means that 2 words will not be used in the sentences. Here we have 5 sentences, but 7 words. Отже, odd – зайвий. Тобто у нас буде 2 зайвих слова. Sentence number 1. Monica is such a... Last week she bought 2 pairs of shoes and 3 silk dresses that were half price. Отже, Моніка ніби за пів ціни накупила стільки всього минулого тижня. Which word will we use to call Monica? That will be the word spendthrift. That's right. We use the word spendthrift to talk about people who spend too much money on clothes. All right, the second one. As a someone. Melissa's boyfriend wears many shirts with team logos, goes to many games, and becomes depressed when his favorite team loses. Favorite teams, logos, shirts, games. What's that about? That's definitely about sports. So, Melissa's boyfriend is a sports fan, and as a sports fan, he does these things. Good. Number 3 now. Honey, please don't be a... It's so beautiful outside and all you want to do is watch football. So, the person wants to stay at home, wants to watch football, and they don't want to go out somewhere. So, how would we call such a person? What would be the word to use in the description? Okay, we can actually use a couch potato phrase to describe such a person. So, the person is lazy and doesn't want to go out anywhere. Number 4. Alina's husband must be a... Because he spends his life going to nearby libraries and bookstores. What can we find in the libraries? What can we find in bookstores? Definitely the books and literature. So, how do we call a person who can't live without books? That's a bookworm. Good job. And the last sentence here. Don't ask Mariano to come with us. He's a... and he'll say no to every invitation, even if you went to celebrate his own birthday. Отже, навіть якщо ви будете святкувати його день народження, Маріано не захоче прийти на вечірку. How would you call him? So which word will you use to call Mariano? So if he likes staying at home, he doesn't like partying, we'll call him a homebody. So a homebody is a person who prefers staying at home to doing anything else, to going out, for example. Okay, well done. Now you can see that there are two words, workaholic and talkaholic, that are odd. You can actually write your own sentences with these words. So don't forget, a workaholic means a person who works a lot, and a talkaholic is a person who's addicted to their phone. Okay, good. Now that we know it, let's take a look at another exercise. Our task is to complete the sentences with the correct forms of the words in brackets. For this exercise, to do this exercise, you will need to recall what we were learning on the previous lesson when we were talking about gerund. So, we were talking about the words of liking and disliking, and we were talking about the verbs that are followed by ing. So, that's what we have to do here. Let's take a look at the first sentence as an example. Dan enjoys read science fiction. So after the verb enjoys, we need to use the word with ing ending, and that would be Dan enjoys reading science fiction. So, let's follow the example and do this exercise together. Number 2. Cheryl suggested see a movie after lessons. So, which form of the verb to see will we use in this sentence? We'll open the brackets, put in this word into a gerund form. So we will add ing. Cheryl suggested seeing a movie after lessons. Number 3. I miss work in the travel industry. Maybe I can get my old job back. So after the verb miss, we will also use ing. We have to say, I miss working in the travel industry. The fourth one, do you mind help me translate this letter? After the verb mind, we will use ing. So, do you mind helping me translate this letter? The fifth sentence, you've never mentioned live in Japan before. How long did you live there? So, after mention, we have the ing of the verb live, which is why the sentence will sound the following way. You've never mentioned living in Japan before. Number 6. If he keeps come to work late, he's going to get fired. So after keep, we'll also use ing. If he keeps coming to work late, he's going to get fired. And the last one, number 7. Debbie finished study abroad last year. After the verb finish, we will use the ing of study. So we need to use ing ending of the word study, and the sentence will be as the following. Debbie finished studying abroad last year. Okay, well done. Now you remember the things that we learned on the previous lesson. Now you're ready to get into them a little bit deeper. So, let's get back to grammar explanations about the gerund. So, as you can see on the left, a gerund is a verb plus ing becomes a noun, and that's actually what a gerund is. So, there are 3 main usages of the gerund form that we are going to discuss today. So, the first one, as a noun or subject. Отже, ми можемо його вживати як іменник або підмет у реченні. Let's take a look at the examples. Cheating is very widespread in schools today. Reading is the activity that should be promoted among the teenagers. So, we have these words, reading and cheating, with ing ending, and they stand in the beginning of the sentence. They are subjects of the sentence. Number 2, we use ing after a preposition. Like here, I'm tired of waiting for you. He's very good at dancing. So after preposition of, we have the word waiting with ing. After preposition at, we have dance with ing, and that's dancing. All right, and what about the expressions? Let's take a look at them. It's no use doing something. It's no good doing something. It's worth or it's not worth doing something. There is no point doing something. Can't help doing something. Have trouble doing something. And have difficulty doing something. Instead of the word doing, you can use any gerund form. Swimming, running, listening, watching, and so on. And here is an example. There's no point arguing. Let's just stop. Немає сенсу сваритися. Давай перестанемо. So after the phrase there is no point, we have ing of the verb argue. So there's no point arguing. Okay, so this tiny explanation is brief but useful. Now let's practice. Our task is to put the verb into the correct form. Let's take a look at sentence 1. My brother is good at dive. So, here we have a phrase with a preposition, to be good at something. If we have a preposition at, we need to use ing of the verb dive. So we have to say, my brother is good at diving. Okay, well, nice. Let's go to number 2. She's afraid of lose her boyfriend. To be afraid of something or to be afraid of doing something. So we need the ing here as well, and we have a preposition of. So she's afraid of losing her boyfriend. Pay attention, the letter E is taken away from the word. So it's changed with ing. L-O-S-I-N-G. Number 3. We had difficulty find the way to the museum. Отже, нам складно було знайти шлях з музею, для того, щоб вийти з музею. We need to use the ing after some phrases. To have difficulty doing something is one of them. So we have to say, we had difficulty finding the way to the museum. Well done. Number 4. Understand the bonds of family in Shakespeare's plays is important to an understanding of his art as a whole. Отже, розуміння зв'язків сім'ї у Шекспірових п'єсах – це важливо для того, щоб розуміти всю його сутність мистецтва в цілому. So, here we have the word understand, which is a verb to understand in the beginning of the sentence. It becomes a subject of it, and we have to use the ing form of this word. So, we'll say, understanding the bonds of family in Shakespeare's plays is important. The next one, number 5. There's no point buy an old car. There is no point. After this phrase, we need to use ing. That's why we'll say there is no point buying an old car. The 6th one, my sister fancies become a pop star. What does it mean to fancy doing something? It means to want to do something. So my sister wants to become a pop star. But here we have the word fancy, which is followed by ing. So we need to say that my sister fancies becoming a pop star. Good job. Number 7. We finished write our essays before noon. After the word finish, as you already know, we need to use the ing form of the word. That's why we'll say like this. We finished writing our essays before noon. Okay, and the last one, number 8. I hate do the shopping on Saturday. After verbs of liking and disliking, such as love, like, hate, dislike, and so on and so forth, we need to use the ing. Here, we'll also use it, of course. I hate doing the shopping on Saturday. Okay, good job, well done. Let's move to the next part. Now let's take a look at the gerund forms that are used in the songs of famous singers. You might have heard these words a lot in your life already, and you can have some experience that you will put to your exercises that you are doing on the gerund and so on. And actually, the most important thing that you notice these structures and you know how to use them in your everyday speech. When you find them in the books, when you hear them in the songs, when you hear them in the movies or TV series. It's very good if you can recognize them. So now let's take a look at the examples on the board. They show us the lines from the lyrics of some songs. So the first one, Maroon 5, song She Will Be Loved. I don't mind spending every day out on your corner in the pouring rain. So, I don't mind doing something. I don't mind spending every day. The next one, Bruno Mars, the Lazy Song. The first line of it says that today I don't feel like doing anything. I just want to lay in my bed. What will you call Bruno Mars, by the way? Couch potato. Yeah, that's right. So, I don't feel like doing anything means I don't want to do anything, but after I don't feel like, we use the ing of the word do. All right, the third one, Billie Eilish, You Should See Me in a Crown. Tell me which one is worse, living or dying first. Here, the words living or dying are used as nouns and as the subjects. And the fourth one, 21 Pilots, Can't Help Falling in Love. You, by the way, could hear this song first performed by Elvis Presley, but maybe 21 Pilots are more familiar to you. So, let's take a look at the lyrics. Take my hand, take my whole life too, 'cause I can't help falling in love with you. So the phrase can't help doing something, can't help is followed by ing. It means that I can do anything. I'm falling in love with you, and there is nothing that I can do about it. Okay, so these are the examples from the songs, and now let's get to your home assignment. Your homework is quite easy. You have to listen to one of these songs that we have mentioned previously and pay attention to words with ing ending and how they are used. You also should read the lyrics while listening. So you can Google for the lyrics and read them while you're listening to the song. You can choose one or you can listen to all of them. I hope you'll enjoy it. Okay, this is it for today. Thank you very much for your attention. See you next time.